Oxford. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for...
Hey, Kevin, we have seen D'Angelo Russell's...
He sure does. Fantastic, David. Thank you. Now, Golden State's starting five. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Marquise Chris is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Crawford at the three, the small forward. And for the Timberwolves, Russell is out there with Beasley. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Johnson, and it's Turner in at the three spot. Now, here is Russell. Pass to Towns. Over Chris. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Towns has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Timberwolves.
And the Timberwolves have made it clear Karl Anthony Towns is their franchise player. He's the guy they're building around.
Love with the bucket.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Here's Johnson following the basket by Kevin Love. And we've heard Towns for years pronouncing his happiness with the Timberwolves. Last season, Greg, as the losses piled up, some rumors that he was getting frustrated.
Well, we've seen this pattern with the Timberwolves before, right? Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love, all-star big men who ended up leaving the Twin Cities to win titles.
The pass to Beasley. Now here's Towns, guarded by Crawford. Shot clock at 6. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Beasley.
Well, so effective with that jump shot. Karl Anthony Towns is a problem on the offensive end.
Outside Curry. Trains it from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Towns. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Memphis. Over Chris. Trying to get open is Johnson. Towns with the nice move. Towns has got 6.
Well, there's an efficiency with which Karl Anthony Towns can work when he's in the painted area. That is nicely done. Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Here's Beasley. It's deflected. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
That one goes in.
Impressive awareness from Karl Anthony Towns. Dependable at finding teammates with a terrific look there.
Curry passes to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Outside, Russell. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. No good from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. Back to Thompson. There's the 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
Well, you talk about confidence. When you're from distance, it's Klay Thompson. That's his world, and we're just living in it.
Russell against Curry. That one good for 2. Russell's got his second bucket of the night. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Different look here for the Warriors. Kevon Looney is checked in for Marquise Chris. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Love. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Damian Lee in for Steph Curry. Now, here's Culver. Tight defense on him. Unloads. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Here's Lee. An 11-point game for him in the win against Houston. To the middle. Here's Thompson. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Well, Klay Thompson's simply one of the best to do it in the NBA right now when it's a catch-and-shoot situation.
Lee against Russell. Passes to Reed. Here's Okogie. 6 to shoot. And it's Russell in the corner. Misses the three. .136 left in the first quarter of the game. Lee kicks to Thompson. Another three for Golden State.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 6. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
You know what? There was a lot of standing around in that basketball game. Failing to move bodies and failing to move the basketball is a bad formula.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Brooklyn. They ascend up the list to number 3 with some spirited play.
And I think for Golden State, they're happy with this latest stretch of games. This is the time of year for optimism. At this point, anything is possible.
Now here's Thompson. 13 points in the game. The layup off target. There's 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Inside. And then Cousins with the dunk.
A power move by one of the biggest problems in the low post to Marcus Cousins. Don't let him get that deep.
Thompson outside. Russell against Lee. On the left block, Looney with the bucket.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Thompson.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And here are the Warriors now. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Claxton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Lee outside. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Russell passes to Cousins. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Thompson for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Thompson's got 16 points. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Warriors lead by 5. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And speaking with Karl Anthony Towns earlier, he was asked about how the team approaches defensive adjustment.
For us defensively, we stay very disciplined to what we say we want to do. Don't change. Never waver from what our game plan is. We should be fine.
So they want to devise, Greg, a strategy, come in and impose their will.
And that's what they want to do, but the reality is the best teams in the league know how to adapt.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
You've got Russell. Culver out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Reed in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Timberwolves were fined last season for resting D'Angelo Russell on the road in a nationally televised game. Minnesota said, we're a player-centric organization that's focused on learning and optimizing our players' bodies. Guys, they do seem willing to pay a fine here or there to protect their players' health. Back to you.
Well, as a player, how couldn't you like that? Always watching out for you. David, thank you for that one. And the Timberwolves call timing. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Chris, he's checked in for Kevon Looney. Love comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Crawford in for Damian Lee.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Today's player is not intimidated by size. You even give them a sliver of a window, and they're going to make that shot.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Boy, for a guy with one of the lightest frames in the NBA, Steph Curry can still finish through contact.
Shoots from the block. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 6 in the bucket from Culver.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Love, no luck.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And last season, Karl Anthony Towns shooting over 40% from three-point range with over 8 attempts a game. I mean, Greg, he is in the conversation, don't you think, for best three-point shooting center of all time.
It's amazing, Kevin. His volume of threes is unprecedented for the center position. And it's not just standstill. Catch and shoot dribbles. He's hitting step backs. He could have that title when it's all said and done.
Pass to Towns. That shot misses. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Timeout called the Warriors. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Turner against Thompson. Now Culver. And the 3 off target. Now here's Curry. They double team Curry. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's the Warriors now. Love dishes to Crawford. And the Warriors miss again. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's Beasley. Another shot. And Towns finishes inside. Towns has got 4 points this quarter.
So Karl Anthony Anthony Towns can be a 20-10 guy consistently. This guy is a workhorse on the glass.
Curry's shot is good.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
And the Timberwolves call timing. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Some changes for Minnesota. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Johnson. Okogie comes in for Evan Turner. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Culver. Here's Okogie, back to Russell. His three-pointer's off the mark.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Crawford outside for three. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Okogie. Chris with the rebound. Warriors leading by 7. Curry kicks to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got assist number 5 here tonight. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Cousins, the pass to Russell. Okogie for 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Reed's checked in, and then for Golden State, Kevon Looney is checked in for Marquise Chris. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Love. And Lee's subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Pass to Curry. Here's Looney. Thompson passes to Curry. Out to Lee. Thompson for the triple. Another 3 for Golden State.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
And the pass to Cousins.
Boogie Cousins understands how to catch defenders out of position and get to the free throw line. Nicely done.
Minnesota shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. And stolen by Russell. And so it's the Golden State Warriors ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've done a lot of great work from long range. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half and you have a big lead, but do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh yeah, we got to treat it like a 0-0 game. I know we're going to stay in the locker room. We got to come out and win the third quarter. If we do that, we feel like we'll be okay. But like I said, this team is tough. We know they're capable of coming back.
Well, we'll see what happens, Kevin. Thanks. Now back to...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Klay Thompson brought his A game early tonight. He had 5 points and 2 rebounds. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
We've seen Klay Thompson go off. Incredible form on the jumper, the quick release. Doesn't need to dominate the ball to get his points.
Kenny, let's get your input on the Timberwolves.
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that high a percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Crawford out there with Kevin Love. And it's Chris in at the 5, roaming the paint. The shot by Turner, no good. Warriors leading by 9. Down low. Love kicks to Crawford. Back to Love. They double team Curry. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Russell passes to Turner. Thompson against Beasley. It's Turner, high post. To the inside. Lock at 6. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Turner's got the first basket of the second half here for the Timberwolves. Up top, Curry. He's guarded by Russell. Crawford, no one around him. A three-pointer off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And Russell gets it to go.
This guy an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
They double team Curry. Crawford outside. It's up a 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Crawford's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Timberwolves trail by 8. Beasley with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Towns for 3. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Culver's checked in for Malik Beasley. Gerald Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Lee comes in for Steph Curry. Crawford kicks to Chris. Lee outside. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Oh, and here comes Culver all alone.
Well, when active and engaged on the defensive end, you can see what D'Angelo Russell is capable of.
Crawford passes to Green. Turner with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And the slam dunk by Russell.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Warriors leading by 4. Passes it to Love. The 10-footer. Here's Chris. And he makes good on the layup. Chris has got his first 2 points of the night.
And how about the timing on the backboards there from Chris? Has the size and quickness to be a problem.
Culver passes to Towns. Over to the wing. Takes a 3. Warriors with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip.
I'll tell you, he has looked just a step slow all game, but his teammates, boy, have they come through.
No good on that one. Good D from Love. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime.
Well, one thing that Kevin Love will always have is his passing. He'll be one of the best deep court passers until the day he retires.
And we know this, Greg. He took his inspiration with that ability from the great Wes Unseld. He, too, an incredible passer. Easy opportunities at the rim in a jump start of the break situation. Just 2 incredible guys at what they do.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Marquise Chris. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Klay Thompson in for Jamal Crawford. Russell passes to Culver. Pass to Reed. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Culver. Good D by Thompson. Warriors leading by 9. Lee outside. He kicks it to Thompson. Over Russell. They get the rebound. Thompson in the corner. Over Russell. Thompson misses. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Okogie misses. The Warriors have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This is his third trip to the free throw line in the game.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Minnesota. 1:24 left here in the third quarter. Green passes to Looney. On the wing, Lee. Shot clock at 6. Thompson against Russell. And it's Thompson again missing.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group. Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
Pass to Cousins. Here's Reed. And Looney sends it back. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 8-point game. Okogie, the pass to Russell. Now the pass to Cousins. Shot from 16, and he can't bank that one in. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Warriors ahead. They're up by 8. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Beasley is out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Okogie in at the 3. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
When Russell gets his teammates involved, it makes this entire team better, and it'll make him more effective at the point position.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Timberwolves trail by 8. To the middle, here's Cousins.
How about the power that Boogie Cousins brings to the table? Tough matchup for any defender.
First one falls for him. Love check in for Nicholas Claxton.
2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well, I think what we see sometimes with DeMarcus Cousins, your greatest strength can be your greatest weakness. When he uses his emotion to be aggressive and intimidating, you love it. He just has to stay under control.
The shot by Thompson, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
He gets that one. Warriors leading by 4. Curry is inside. He's guarded by Russell.
Steph Curry's ability to shoot the basketball off the dribble may be as special as we've ever seen in the history of the league.
The drive by Russell. And the rejection by Curry. And the first one at the line is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Johnson comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And Turner subbed in for Josh Okogie. Golden State also making some changes. Marquise Chris, he's checked in for Looney. And it's Crawford in for Green.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
To the right side. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Russell.
And this is what D'Angelo Russell does out here, right? He's a dynamic scorer who doesn't lack for confidence.
Thompson is double. That's good from Chris on the assist by Thompson.
Well, there's an aggressive mentality in play. Working close, find a way to score.
Turner looking around. Five to shoot. Here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
And guys, when everything is working for Karl Anthony Towns, he can put up absolutely staggering numbers. What a performance here.
Thompson is double. Back to Curry. Love kicks to Crawford. That falls. Great assist by Love. And the Warriors lead by 8.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Minnesota calls timeout. And for years now, GA, Kevin Love, one of the better outside shooting big men in the game. He can really light it up.
I tell you, when Love gets it going, he is hard to slow down. Great on the catch and shoot. Hard to believe it wasn't a large part of his game until he was established in the NBA.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Ryan Saunders said to the team. He said, we're getting some looks on the three, but we're not connecting. But don't get frustrated. He told them it's a game of ebbs and flows. Keep shooting with confidence. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. And Towns gets it to go.
Well, just tremendous persistence from Karl Anthony Towns. Even under duress, the ability to stay focused.
Timeout called the Warriors.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Klay Thompson.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Crawford right side. Out to Thompson. Thompson is double. Outside Curry. Passes it to Love. And now here's Chris. Back to Crawford. And another three for Golden State.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Curry against Russell. A floater. He takes it up and lays it in. Russell's got 12 points in just the second half.
Any point guard in the NBA, particularly one who is not a huge-sized guy, has got to have the floater in his disposal. Go ahead, D'Angelo.
Now, that could be a major moment in this game. Just when we thought this contest might be over, a steal, a fast break, and it's hold everything time.
They double-team Curry. In the corner, it's Crawford. Back to Curry. Crawford finds Curry. Curry on the wing. Over Russell. Curry can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 7. Beasley with it. Guarded now by Kevin Love. Beasley, the pass to Johnson. And Johnson with the stop.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Curry against Russell. And Thompson kicks to Chris. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Chris has got 4 points this quarter.
To have his height and combine that with the fluid athleticism makes Chris a tough cover in the catch-and-shoot game.
That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut back down again to 5. The basket that time coming from Russell.
Well, Russell is just absolutely fearless. He'll be the hero or the GOAT in that instance. Yes, sir, hero.
Pass to Love. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Goes up on the wing. That shot is off. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. And Turner kicks to Towns. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. One possession game now.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Towns. And the Timberwolves call time. They're trailing by 3. 30 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, and look at how much time they have. I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Beasley. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Gets the first. That will put them up by 2.
Well, Stephen Curry makes the game look easy, but what you know is he has put in the time to be great, and that's what you have to respect.
Up top, Russell, guarded by Curry. Outside, Turner. Got it! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Timeout called the Warriors. Here's Thompson. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. So Golden State will get the first possession. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Kevin Love out there with Chris, and it's Crawford at the 3 spot. And there's the pass to Russell. There's the call on James Johnson. That's his first foul. And Russell gets it to go on the assist by Beasley. And it's Love with the ball for Golden State. Here's Curry.
Well, it's a lean frame, but it's an effective frame because Steph Curry knows how to position his body in a way that draws the whistle.
And he makes the first. Stephen Curry hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Minnesota calls timeout. Timberwolves shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. And there's the call on Curry. That will be foul number 5 on him. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Russell inside. Curry meets him. And good that time.
You want D'Angelo Russell taking these shots. This guy is fearless.
Here's Curry. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
One of the best ever at embracing big moments. Steph up to the challenge.
Outside Russell. Three-pointer. And another three for Minnesota.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And a cold-blooded triple to calm this crowd down after what looked like a huge three at the other end.
Here's Russell. Sweet little floater. Russell's got 9 points in the quarter.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Here's Curry. Add that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14.
Steph Curry so cool under pressure. Big moment, no matter. He's ready.
Russell passes to Cousins. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
This is when you go to your big-time shot makers. Cousins, yes, sir.
Curry kicks to Chris. Dishes it to Love. Makes it off the glass. 6 points for Love.
How does Kevin Love slip away from the defense, comes up with a gigantic fourth-quarter score?
Over to the left wing. Cousins inside. Covered by Chris. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Thompson from long range. Russell against Curry. Thompson for 3. Good. Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 26 seconds left to play in the first overtime. And here's Russell. Passes it to Cousins. Count it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
No moment ever too big for the big man DeMarcus Cousins. Go ahead, sir.
It's good!
And that bucket was absolutely huge. A defensive stop now may just seal the deal.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're down by 1. There's 14 seconds left in overtime. What do you think, guys?
Always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
What you want is to create a clean, high-percentage look, if that's at all possible.
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Russell left side to the paint. It's off.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that ties the game up.
That will sting a little bit. Failing to get the lead when the opportunity was there, but he does tie it up.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. The deep 3 from Thompson. Count it!
Klay Thompson loves delivering in tight spots. How easy does he make that big bucket look?
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for him in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Kevin, congrats on the win. Are you guys gaining confidence, and what are you figuring out?
Just that we need to continue continuity. We really need to pick it up on the defensive end. Offense, we can get whatever we want really at any time, but the defense is where we're going to need to get better.
That is somewhere where you have to tighten up, Kevin. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.